Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Black Ops Cold War. In my honest opinion, this is probably the best game to come out during the Warzone era of COD, basically everything from Modern Warfare 2019 onward. I do like Modern Warfare 3's core gameplay, and I think that Modern Warfare 3 has set a very good precedent for the future as we prepare for Black Ops Gulf War, which is going to be the game that comes out this year in 2024. Despite all the bad sales and all the negative press and PR that Modern Warfare 3 has had so far, Sledgehammer Games did make a number of positive changes, in my opinion, right? Bringing back the mini-map, things like dead silence returning, having more movement into the game, making the game feel a bit more fast-paced. Like, they did a number of good things. They did listen to the community quite a bit, and I'm really hoping that Treyarch is going to follow suit, because the formula for COD, and this is going to be the whole focus of this video today, the formula for a good COD has already been figured out, but for some reason, since the Warzone era, they've been trying to reinvent the wheel, and I really don't see why they continue to try to do that when the formula has always been there. It's actually very simple, and I think Sledgehammer Games took a number of steps in the right direction with Modern Warfare 3, though I'm a bit concerned about that because Modern Warfare 3 did sell less than Modern Warfare 2 and definitely less than Modern Warfare 2019. So they make all these positive changes, they listen to the community, and they made less money as a result. So that definitely has me concerned about the future. I'm really hoping that they don't decide to revert all the positive changes that Sledgehammer made with Modern Warfare 3, and rather I hope that they continue to expand upon that as we move forward. Basically get out of this like Infinity Ward era of game where everything is slow and boring and safe spacey and just downright not fun to play. Get rid of that, go away from that entirely, then go back to the formulas that made COD so fantastic initially. So keep things like the minimap, obviously, keep things like the movement that we have, keep things like dead silence being a perk of thing, and then just continue to expand upon that. Basically start giving back the things that made COD amazing back in the day. Of course, prestige mode would be a big part of that. I think for a lot of people, prestige mode is important. I do see a lot of naysayers online saying that prestige mode was completely pointless. Who wants to re-unlock their guns? Who wants to re-unlock their camos and all that stuff? Like, okay, if you don't want to do all that, then you don't have to. That was the beauty of prestige mode. If you wanted to grind, if you wanted to continue to level up and things like that, something so basic as just leveling up in a video game does feel good, right? That sense of progression. A lot of people love that. If you don't like it, that's fine. Just stay at non-prestige like everyone else did back in the day if they did not want the prestige. It's very simple. But I definitely think Treyarch should take prestige mode a bit further. And we've seen some examples of that already when you look at some of the rewards that they've been adding into all the ranked modes that they've been handling over the course of the past couple of years. Back in the day, Sledgehammer Games and Call of Duty World War II, it feels weird saying back in the day, the COD World War II, doesn't seem like it came out that long ago, but it really did. Eventually, we got them to add Master Prestige rewards, which was fantastic. Different outfits for your characters, different weapon camos, and different things for hitting these different tiers once you got the Prestige Master. That was really cool. So if they bring Prestige mode back, expand upon the Master Prestige rewards, expand upon bringing back the old school Prestige icons, and also at the end of every single Prestige, add things like a weapon blueprint, maybe a weapon camo, things like that, things that you get throughout your Prestige journey to make things a bit more interesting. They're always so infatuated with the idea of player engagement, getting people to want to play the game all the time, getting people to sign in. That's actually why they went to a seasonal system, but I would argue the seasonal system is way worse for player engagement because once you hit max level and once the seasonal content came out, there's just nothing else for you to really look forward to. You have to wait for the next season as compared to more frequent updates like we got back in the day. So if they bring back prestige mode, even during downtimes and content droughts, like in between major patches or in between updates, people still have things to do. They still have things to grind for. They figured this out back in 2007 that people loved prestige mode. They loved leveling up, yet they got rid of it because, I don't know, Infinity Ward knows best with Modern Warfare 2019. Bring that back for sure. It's definitely part of the blueprint of what makes COD so much fun. And you're watching the gameplay here. Make kill streaks great without adding some stupid ass kill streak that destroys everything. I know I'm being hypocritical here. I'm running air patrol in this video, but you know what? Everybody in Black Ops Cold War ran air patrol. It cost like 2,000 score. You could earn it because your score persisted through death. So no matter what, you would get your air patrol every single game. Everyone ran it. It made kill streaks pointless. I would argue that the kill streaks in Black Ops Cold War were actually very powerful and very good, but the problem was we had something stupid like air patrol that immediately just countered every single kill streak in the game, which made kill streaks feel awful. Kill streaks just were not a fun factor of Black Ops Cold War for the most part. And then if you look at games like Call of Duty Vanguard, you look at Modern Warfare 2 last year, Modern Warfare 3 this year, kill streaks are just a non-factor, and that is what made COD so amazing way back when. Like, who remembers Modern Warfare 2's kill streaks? Who remembers the Black Ops 2 2 kill streaks, things like Swarm, things like the Lodestar, things like the AC-130 and the Chopper Gunner, hell, even lower ones like the Harrier and the Pavlo. Like, kill streaks used to make every single match feel interesting. You were always worried about your next kill streak, how close you were to your next kill streak, and it felt good when you got your kill streaks because they were powerful and they were difficult to take out. And I've said in the previous video, I'm going to repeat it here right now, the kill streaks that we've had recently, call it like the last 3 or 4 games, hell, maybe even going all the way back to Modern Warfare 2019, it just feels like the kill streaks are harder to earn than they used to be. They are weaker than they used to be, and they're more easily countered than they used to be. You don't even have to use rocket launchers anymore. Like, launchers are not even a factor in COD anymore because 2 clips of an assault rifle takes out a chopper gunner. It's kind of ridiculous that way, and they even have spawn protection, which ensures they can just spawn in and stand there completely safe and shoot down your air support that you work so hard to get. If they're going to make COD really interesting again, they need to bring back things like Prestige Mode. They need to make kill streaks a major factor in the game again, because one of the things that set COD apart from all the other shooters way back in the day were the kill streaks. It was fast-paced, fun action on small to medium-sized 3-lane maps, and kill streaks were a big factor. You were leveling up, you're getting your weapon camos. It was like the ultimate arcade experience. And in some ways, I think in Modern Warfare 3, they brought that back. Modern Warfare 3 is much more fast-paced than Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 2 is much more fast-paced than a game like Modern Warfare 2019. So they're treading in the right direction, in my opinion, in terms of bringing back that fun, fast-paced arcade feel. That being said, however, the kill streaks never really returned, and I think that's something that should be a priority for Treyarch going into Black Ops Gulf War and then every other studio as we move forward to the games beyond Black Ops Gulf War. On top of that, and I know this might be controversial, but you guys know me, I'm the kind of person that likes things to grind in the game. I like having things to do. I think the armory unlock system, while flawed at times in Modern Warfare 3, was actually a really good idea. I think there's things they could do to make it a little bit better, and I definitely think they can expand upon it. It was the first iteration of such an idea within the Call of Duty franchise, so I like the idea of armory unlocks coming back, having things like that to grind for, and the weekly challenges, that definitely needs to return. You guys know me, I love 100%er. I loved going for that in games like Black Ops 4 and actually unlocking it, even though the rewards were basically nothing. I still had fun doing all the challenges. Well, the weekly challenges are just another layer to the game on top of that, which feel really good. Like, every single week there's a new aftermarket part, which those should also return, or maybe there's a new weapon in there or whatever, and then at the end of all your weeks throughout the season, you then on top of that get a weapon camo for all of your guns for doing all the weekly challenges throughout the entirety of a season. Like, having things like that is good. It's organic engagement as compared to a lot of the other seasonal stuff, which to me just really feels tacked on. Like, in a game like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, like basically everything in the Warzone era, we've had seasons, right? And the season comes out, and the first week or so of a season is usually pretty fun depending on the maps and depending on the weapons that release. If they drop like a new light machine gun and a melee weapon, it's like, well, I don't really care about either one of those weapon categories. That's not very fun. But if we get a new assault rifle, a new submachine gun, maybe a new shotgun, maybe a new sniper rifle, something like that, weapons like that are fun for the vast majority of the community. And then if the maps that release are also interesting, which we've had a lot of great original maps so far here with Modern Warfare 3, then the seasons do feel good for a little bit, but then things kind of fall off. You know, like, everything is like front loaded into the beginning of the season, and then they add a few extra bells and whistles during like Season 2 Reloaded. But, you know, looking at Season 2 Reloaded here for Modern Warfare 3, it was definitely more of a filler update. They just kind of brought back another meat grinder map from Call of Duty Vanguard, then added a battle rifle and kind of called it a day. You know, it wasn't really that big of an update. So again, having things like Prestige Mode returning, having things like kill streaks being powerful again, having things like the armory unlocks and more weekly challenges and more things like that, that is going to have more organic engagement and things for the player base to do in between those big updates. Like, content droughts are okay. Like, they can't just be constantly pumping out update after update after update. I understand that. The thing is, however, we really don't have a lot to do in between those updates anymore. They're kind of drip feeding content throughout the seasonal system that they've had over the course of the past couple of years, and in between those updates, the game just feels really dry because they got rid of so many things that made COD feel interesting back in the day. Again, having something as simple as levels matter, having kill streaks in each individual match actually matter, like things like that would be fantastic. I definitely think they should bring back the headquarters. I don't think they're ever going to, but that would be awesome if Treyarch were to implement something like that into Black Ops Gulf War, kind of expand upon what Sledgehammer did and the blueprint that they laid out back in Call of Duty World War II. That would be really awesome. Obviously, getting rid of skill-based matchmaking, that would be fantastic, but going full circle here, like, the formula for a great COD has been figured out already. Like, they know exactly what they have to do to have a very fun and interesting game. We've had so many systems and so many features added and removed from the franchise over the course of the past 20 years. They know what works and what doesn't, and we as the player base know what we like. And again, Sledgehammer did make some positive moves with Modern Warfare 3 in terms of listening to the player base and adding some things back that we wanted from previous CODs that were taken away. Treyarch needs to double down on that, in my opinion. Double down on it, bring back prestige mode, add more rewards, add more things for us to grind for, make kill streaks powerful again, expand upon armory unlocks and weekly challenges, bring back 100%er. Like, basically, all I'm asking for as a longtime COD fan and as a COD player is give me things to do in the game. That's pretty much it. Like, once you get Interstellar camo, you're pretty much done. You have your weekly challenges, I will say that, but the armory unlocks, like, I don't know about you guys, but I've been done with my armory unlocks for, like, ever, like since like the first month of the game coming out, pretty much. Like, so the armory unlocks are no longer a feature. Leveling up is pointless. I mean, you're gonna get the max level if you play enough anyway, and if you don't make it to max level, well, who really cares? It's a seasonal prestige system, and it doesn't feel as good as it used to. Basically, the only thing to grind for right now, if you've got Interstellar camo, is your weekly challenges, and those don't really take that long. So they have the blueprint, they have the formula, they know what they need to do, they know how to make the franchise more fun and more engaging, and they know for a fact that the more the players are engaged, the more money they're going to spend, the more time they're going to put into the game, the better it's going to look on paper to their shareholders. Like, it's all right there. It's just a matter of whether or not they will actually implement these ideas and whether or not they will follow through. Black Ops Cold 4 is going to be the first game that comes out under the new Microsoft regime, though the game itself has been in development for several years, well before Microsoft started to take over. So who knows if any real changes are going to happen with Black Ops Cold 4, but it will be interesting going forward to see how things are going to change now that Big Papa Microsoft holds the reins over the Call of Duty franchise. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video here today. Leave your thoughts and feedback on what you would like to see Black Ops Cold 4 bring back down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.